Well, I'm live now, so it might not be the best time. Going live, going live. I tell you what, could you grab my notebook from that's in the on my couch by my guitar?
Yeah.
Bubbles, you're amazing. Bub, yeah, she's gonna knock the camera over, babe. Liam. Just keep her over there.
Here, where can I put the leash?
Okay, we are going live. I currently have a dog and my son over there in the corner. Let's see what happens.
Oh yeah, we could talk about Parkinson's dad.
Parkinson's dad. Well, we got one person in here already. All right, we're in the video store right now. My son is down here, so he may be joining us. By the way,
I just took my Falkland.
Oh, he just took his ADHD medicine. Well, that's okay. It doesn't mean that doesn't mean you we can't still have fun.
Yeah, I could build some. I actually built a big clubhouse like back in the woods.
All right. Well, yeah. Just
Let's go bring balls.
FYI, I'm gonna ignore spammers. I know there's only one person, but the last time I came in, I did this. There was like a hell of a lot of spammers. People just running their mouths saying crazy stuff. So I'm not going to be answering obscene. Yeah, there's a bunch of obscene stuff last time. So no answering obscene stuff. So if somebody comes in here and wants to create trouble, they're going to be muted. It's weird I have to do that. I mean, you think there's not that many people out there that have Parkinson's and want to watch Do with Parkinson's, but apparently there are that they want to. It could be bots, honestly. So yeah, welcome to the video store. Now, Liam, you can't be too loud now, okay?
Oh wait.
You want to come say hi?
Hi.
Just put your head in camera. There's my son Liam. He is 12. There's Hoppy. Hoppy is the family pet. Oh, okay. Sangster's here. Sweet. Yeah, switch to MacBook, bro. Now, okay. He's gonna show you his Hot Wheels. My son is a huge car. Liam, just pick out one or two and show.
I want to show the whole.
I love my son. He's amazing. He's obsessed with cars and.
Here's Hobbs.
Stuffed animals and all that. All the good things about being a kid. All the good things. This is Hobbs. Now, tell him, well, that's from Calvin and Hobbes. Does anybody remember the Calvin and Hobbes comic strip? My son is Calvin, by the way. It's like it was written about him. Okay, 13 people. Like I said, I'm not going to address anybody that starts cussing and saying inappropriate things. We're not going to engage them. Last time I made the mistake, I didn't realize that there were spammers on a Parkinson's YouTube channel. So show Hobbs again. Show your face. Everyone wants to see your face. Say, hi, my name is Liam.
Hi, my name is Liam.
Are you nervous?
No.
People all around the world are watching you. What do you think about that?
Hobbs is too nervous to be.
Hey, Liam, I think you need to go up and corral Bubbles, okay?
She's not doing anything.
Yeah, she's getting wild. Mommy's getting irritated. So, okay, we're in the video store here. Want any questions? Here's something I could do here. These are my questions that I usually have a script for my questionnaire for music. So I can just shoot these questions out to you, and you can answer. You can answer me if you want. Let's wait till we get a few more people in here. But here's something. You know I'm a big music guy. Who introduced you to music? If you're a music lover, my first introduction to music was my dad and his crappy gospel record collection. But I became that's where I fell in love with vinyl. I remember he had this one blue vinyl that I would always put on. I didn't care for the music, but I loved the record. And then there was some Christian. I mean, I'm not Christian anymore. I mean, I respect it, but these Christian storytime albums and stuff. That was kind of a big deal. So that's where I fell in love with my music. With music was my dad.
Bubbles ate Slowpoke's food.
Liam, we're not talking about that. We're live stream. We don't need that. We don't need that. My son's giving me an update on our pit bull terrier, American pit bull terrier. We just got her. She's a bundle of joy and other things. So yeah, anybody have anything to add on who introduced you to music? I mean, I remember I got my first tape, cassette tape. It was, I don't know if anybody remembers Michael W. Smith. The live set, I wore that thing out. I played it so much. Okay, here's Liam again with the bus.
Yeah, I got this for Christmas, and it's
Here, show your face, son.
Got it for Christmas, and it's remote control.
Yep. That you've been talking about a remote control bus for like literally like years.
Like forever.
Yep, and that's the Han Solo figure behind me back there.
Yeah.
Liam, who introduced you to music? It was me, right?
Yeah.
So what's some of your favorite music that we play?
The Beatles probably.
Of course, the Beatles.
Liam Gallagher.
Liam Gallagher. How about Frank Sinatra? Got him?
Yeah, and Slayer.
Oh wow, he likes Slayer. Well, don't. Slayer. Yeah, that's not. We don't. Liam, don't make a bunch of noise with that. We don't really play Slayer around very much because when he was younger he couldn't understand it. Now he can understand. He's like, Dad, what's genocide? You know, like, no, I'm not talking about that. Okay, second question here. First song you fell in love with. Okay, now I'd have to think about this one, but the first song that comes to mind, and feel free to chime in. First song that comes to mind was "Beat It." I was growing up in the mid '80s to late '80s. I was born in '76, so I guess in '86 I would have been 10. Michael Jackson was a big deal, and I was not allowed to listen to him, but I can still hear that song in my head. Obviously, I've got the record now, but I was just so amazed by that song. And I was a kid, but it got stuck in my head, and so I know there's a lot of stuff we could say about Michael Jackson, which we're not going to say here, but that was the first song that really got stuck in my head. As well as, but we had this dinosaur record when I was growing up. I just called it the dinosaur record. It was dinosaur songs, and there was this, my name is Stegosaurus. I'm a very funny looking dinosaur. That was another good one. So yeah, 7 people here. Let's just wait. Usually the longer I'm on here, the more people show up. There's my giant Darth Vader. I don't know if you can see King Kong over there. Let me take a drink of water. Yeah, honestly, this is my favorite part. I feel a little bummed out. The last time I did this, my medicine completely dropped off, and it was like I really hate when that happens. A, because it's unpleasant, but B, I was really having a good time chatting, and then all of a sudden it's like I got like a nosedive. Take a drink of water. I don't know if you guys have this problem, but you guys, I know my voice can be kind of like rough. Sometimes I thought it was all the years of singing in a rock band, but does anybody else have trouble with their voice being really rough in the morning, or just rough period? That was one of the first things that I went to I was singing in a rock band, and they were like, I thought I blew out my voice. Well, I did, but it was also worse than that. But yeah, I went to the doctor, and he said you got calluses on your nodules on your vocal cords. I was like, wow. But yeah, I just remember taking so much effort to talk, and my voice was strained all the time. And now it's kind of husky a lot, but I do have a lot of sinus drainage. I'm one of those lucky people that has a lot of sinus drainage. Not to get too gross, but does anybody else have trouble with their voice getting rough? G-Funk. Stevie Wonder, I wish. Oh, that's a great album. I've got that upstairs on vinyl. Great pick, Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder, yeah. That's an incredible album, too. I think it's a double album. And I think there was a song, Halftime Paradise, which was actually sampled by Coolio for Gangster's Paradise. I didn't know that until I listened to the album a few years ago when I got it and actually dug into it. I was like, that dude stole that? But I mean, it was cool, but I thought he wrote it. But of course, any really, this might offend some, I guess it won't, but any really cool riff in a rap, generally, rap song has been stolen or lifted. But I've done that before with some of my music. I don't put those out because they're copyrighted, and I can't put that out on YouTube with copyright stuff. Yeah, I mean, in my younger days, I did some rap. My wife hated all of it, and it was really stupid and obscene. But yeah, anybody else first song that made you fall in love with music? Probably my favorite song of all time. If I had one song, only one song to listen to for the rest of my life, if I wanted to listen to a song, it'd be Frank Sinatra, "The Summer Wind." It's just, I know Bruce Springsteen loves that song. Something about that song, just the laid back kind of, it's a summertime feel to it. It's a very light song. I love Frank's delivery on that. He's just kind of real laid back, especially laid back on that one. So yeah, that was one of mine. Let's see what else we got here. What's some of the other questions I had? Okay, here's something. Explain how music helps with Parkinson's. I mean, that's one that we can all relate to. I tell you, it really picks up my mood, and it also helps me do my steps. When I'm walking. The do Staying Alive's a good one, or In the Club with 50 Cent. I'm probably going above or a little below your. I don't think I got a lot of hip hop fans on this, but we'll see. So yeah, the Stevie Wonder song was a great thing. I wonder if Sangster's come back. Dave, you're out there. Say what's up, bro. I was hoping you'd come. I know you gave me a comment last time on my going off with the meds and wishing you trying to like have me power through it with my sheer will. I tried, but it didn't work. Hopefully, this is the first dose of the day, so I generally have it's Staying Alive. Yeah, it is good. Yeah, I mean, if you got any, that's something we can talk about. Are there any songs that really help like get your steps going? That's one of the first things I noticed when I was having trouble walking. By the way, I walked about 1.3 miles today with the dogs, without the family. I didn't have my music on, but it's like, just feels so freaking good to get out in the sunshine. It's actually about 68 degrees here, 69. Ooh, 69. Sorry, I'm getting dirty. But yeah, it's just, it's walking that's a weird thing. Like, I didn't think that walking had anything to do with Parkinson's. Another one, yeah, that's on my that's on my list. That's on my mix too. Yep, I got a mix of songs. Doom. Another one bites the dust. In fact, I was just listening to "Day at the Races" by Queen yesterday. I had that spinning out there. Yeah. So, and I mean, there's let's see, what's another good stepping song? Oh, Boogie Shoes by the Bee Gees. Bee Gees have got a lot of good ones. My son is letting the dog run wild without the leash. Oh. Well, I can't get up right now and catch him. Yeah, let me tell you, like a kid with as much energy as he has, she is an American Pit Bull Terrier, and she's got a lot of energy, and she's a puppy still, so it's kind of crazy. Yeah, mornings around here are a freaking circus. I'm not gonna lie. My poor wife, she's got to get up because I mean it's hard for me to get up in the middle of the night. So she gets up and lets the dog out around 3 or 4 o'clock, and then of course my son hears and he gets up and then he's out downstairs in front of the fireplace, and his breakfast is nacho chips, which like no matter how many times you're gonna get constipated. You won't eat it. You don't listen. My wife tries to go back to bed, and then I have to get up. It's about 6 because he generally goes to the bus stop about 6:15, 6:20. So it's an early morning for me, and as you Parkies know, mornings are not fun. So I get up and I got the dog stomping all over my bladder. I'm like, oh, wait, her name's Bubbles. It's appropriate, making bubbles in my stomach. Yeah, Sangster, let me know when you're on. Give me a holler, people. Let's if there's anybody I know, don't feel free. I know it's hard for Parkies to type, but yeah, I like knowing who's out there. Obviously, I can't always know, but I like seeing my friends like Karen. Karen shows up a lot. Pamela shows up a lot. Of course, Sangster does. I know it's kind of last minute. I always want to do these when I feel good, and I can't always exactly know when I'm going to feel good. Like, I thought about doing it tomorrow afternoon, but I'm like, hell, I feel good now, so let's just do it now. Okay, let's go on to the next question here. Feel free to jump in at any time. Here's this one. We already addressed this one. Does rhythm help your stride? Yes. Here's a funny one. I've got several that could fall into this category. Song or artist that you love that drive other people crazy. Anybody got anything in mind? I've got a couple here. I'm not gonna lie. I love Kid Rock. Now I'm not into his politics at all, but I love his music, and he's so obnoxious. My wife, some of my friends are like, "Why the hell do you listen to that jackass?" Well, say what you will about his politics, like him or not, he's actually a very good singer, good musician, and he does write some good songs. I don't like all of it, but Rage Against the Machine, hell yeah. Now I love Rage Against the Machine, but that's one that can really grate on people's nerves. Zach De La Rocha, whatever how you pronounce that last name, his delivery. But Tom Morello on guitar is amazing, and the bass player and the drummer don't get enough credit, but they're amazing rhythm section. Yeah, Rage Against the Machine. Let's see what. I know. I don't really. So I don't really talk to my parents anymore, but I know that Ozzy Osbourne would drive them crazy. I love Ozzy, fellow Parky. We were talking about neighbors. Yeah, neighbors may not like it. Yeah, I remember I was at the record store a couple years ago, and I saw I think I saw Battle for Los Angeles, or no, it was the first Rage Against the Machine. I told my wife, I said, "There's a record." She goes, "Why in the hell would you get a Rage Against the Machine record?" I said, "For parties." She goes, "What kind of parties are you having that you got Rage Against the Machine?" I was like, "I don't know, cool parties." Needless to say, I didn't get it. It was like $35, which if anybody collects new records, the prices have gotten even ridiculous. I'll pay $25 for a new pressing. I'm not paying, unless it's a double album, I'm not paying 40. I mean, I was at the local record store. I was looking for Green Day, American Idiot, if anybody remembers that album. Great album. And they wanted $45 for it. I'm like, I'm not paying $45 for an album I already bought once. Maybe twice. Probably bought some of it online too. So yeah, any other artists that drive people crazy? I do have an affinity. I used to have an affinity for really, really heavy death metal. Not so much anymore, but that drove my wife up the frickin' wall. She hated it. Cookie Monster music. Here's an interesting one. Does the music you listen to affect your mood, or does your mood affect the music? Basically, do you pick out something to affect your mood, or does hearing something change your mood? I would be more of someone that I let my mood dictate the music. I don't try to play music to change my mood. Very rarely, because that doesn't work. If I feel blue, I gotta let it out. I've gotta get my blues out. If I'm feeling angry, speaking of Rage Against the Machine or Slayer, whatever, I gotta turn on something. Yes, I'm one that the music I pick out is how I feel. I don't try to manipulate my feelings too much with music. Which if you do that, that's fine. Absolutely, do whatever you want. Like I said on my latest video about, I don't know if anybody watched that, about No Miracle Cures. And I got to tell you, I feel like I pulled my punches a little bit in that one, because I was trying to be diplomatic, and you can see me kind of struggling for words, and I don't know if it was Parkinson's or just not wanting to piss people off. But there's a couple examples I could give, but I'm not going to. But there's a couple people out there specifically that just sell these, or they sell these cures like it's gonna. I'm like, dude, it pisses me off. It really makes me angry. So I was trying not to let it sound how angry I was, because it's really pretty aggravated. Because I feel like the cure is something that's the holy grail, and it's like, dude, if there was a cure, you think Michael J. Fox would have Parkinson's? You think he would be struggling in a wheelchair? No. It's like, just be logical. Like I said, Ozzy Osbourne, we could go on down the list. If there was a cure for Parkinson's, nobody would have it. Now, I'm not saying there's not treatments out there, but I see people spend money, ridiculous amounts of money, and go out on these leaps of faith because somebody's brother or someone told them something. And people mean well, but it's frustrating with these miracle cures. I've tried. I'm gonna do a video on all the things I've tried. But when I first got diagnosed, I tried creatine. Yep. Tried creatine in my coffee. I tried coconut oil in my coffee for weeks, months actually. Nothing. I tried overdosing on magnesium, because it was somebody had some kind of a research paper on that didn't help. I took multivitamins. Obviously, I mean, I don't know if those work at all. Sorry, I'm distracted by my dog. I actually vaped nicotine for about 1.5 years. Now, initially I did feel a little bump from that, but in the long run, it didn't help. I tried acupuncture. That was weird. That did absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Now if it helps you, by all means, Wanda. Low vitamin D. I actually get a lot of vitamin D. I'm out in the sun a lot, probably too much. Of course, I eat a lot of food high in vitamin D. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying there's nothing to it, but it does irritate me when I see these people that are like, oh, just do this, or yeah. I mean, the one I've said this before. One of the big things is like people see DBS and they're like, oh, why don't you just get that surgery? Oh, why don't I just get my skull opened up and wires stuck in with a little battery pack on my chest? Sorry. I mean, if it works for you, great. But I've got a 13-year-old and my wife is the sole income. Well, I do get some disability for my union and stuff, but it's like it's just it's not that easy. It's not like they just put a chip in your brain and switch it on. It's very involved. I just don't have the patience. I'm actually terrified of the fact of DBS or like focused ultrasound. Like my neighbor was telling me, yeah, yeah, sure, get the surgery, no problem. Well, it's not you getting it done. Just hold this lightning rod a second. David the skeptic, DBS is scary for sure. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy the kind of things that people are like. Let's see, like maybe I'll read a little better. But glasses on. Yeah, it's a little better. I'm getting to the point in my age now where my eyes are like. Sometimes the glasses don't help at all. St. Louis Blues. Not a huge hockey guy, but I do like support my local team. I know Uzi's GoPro goalie Uzi. He's from the Edmonton area, and he's a big Edmonton Oilers guy. I can't tell you how much fun this is, guys. I mean, just hanging out with you. It's a big deal to be able to do this. I've been doing this channel for years, and to be able to come on live and actually have people show up and interact with me, it's pretty awesome, and it makes me very thankful that I'm part of the community. When I was first diagnosed, I didn't really know, and I'm sure you guys could feel the same way. It's like, do I fit into this community? Do I really want? Nobody wants to be a part of the Parkinson's community. Nobody says, oh, that looks like a fun group to join. No, it's not fun. It's a sucky group. It's the worst group one of the worst groups in the world. G-Funk, thank you. G-Funk, what do you mind if I ask what your real name is? You don't have to tell me if you're undercover. Yeah, but the Parkinson's community is like cancer survivors. Who in the hell wants to be a cancer survivor? Graham, nice. Hence G-Funk. Nice, I love it. Yeah, it's like cancer survivors. I mean, nobody wants to be in that club. But Parkinson's, I mean, once you kind of get in the groove and you kind of meet some people, I've met some incredibly nice people. I think of Michelle over at Slow Dancing with Parkinson's. I think of Esther from Shaking in My Boots. The great David Sangster, my inspiration, along with Heather Kennedy, really to start this channel. Oh, G-Funk. Oh, I'm sorry. Of course, Grand Funk Railroad. Duh. Good duh. Yeah, that's... I need to get some Grand Funk on vinyl. That's they can be tricky to find. Maybe I'm not just not looking in the right place. But so some of the other nice people I met. Diane over at my daily PD. I think I'm getting that right. Yeah, but Heather Kennedy and David Sangster were my Jesus and my Mary, if there was two people that I would really credit. But there were other people too, but those were the two that really I said, I think I could do what these people are doing, and they inspired me. So Sangster, if you're out there, Heather, if you're out there, tip of the cap. Let's see, we got a few more questions here. Do you have any other fellow musicians out there? Any other singers or guitar players or ukulele players or piano players? My wife was asking me to get up my ukulele. I'm like, I tell you what, it's like remembering how I used to be able to play, it's so frustrating. So I kind of avoid playing because of the memories, kind of like the association with being on stage and singing. And it just kind of makes me feel melancholy. Okay, here's one. Maybe you guys could throw in something. Describe your Parkinson's journey in one song. If there's one song you had to pick to describe I could think of a few, honestly. No tiptoeing through that. That's the song, right? I love that. Tom Petty's got a song, You Don't Know How It Feels. I always go back to that one because my wife will say, she'll say, when I'm really struggling, she'll say, I wish I could help you. I'm like, you can't because you don't know how it feels to be me. That's a good one. Of course, people always say All Shook Up. I like the more introverted, you don't know how it feels to be me. There's another song, a Sinatra song that I love called "That's Life." That's life. That's what all the people say. Riding high in April, shot down in May. But I know I'm gonna change that tune when I'm back on top in June. That was free there. And Frank would come to the grave and slap me. Not singing it right. By the way, you know the secret to his delivering that song. He was angry. If anybody knows that song, I think the composer or whoever was in charge told him, Frank, you need to sing it with more anger, and he actually got mad. And he goes, fine. And he just belted it out and stormed off the studio floor. And then I read that the next day Sinatra called him and said, "You were right." He didn't say I'm sorry. He said you were right. You needed to be angry. That's life. That's a great song. So yeah, anybody have any big plans for the weekend? My plans for the weekend are never big. They're just kind of like hang out, watch movies. Probably it's supposed to be a little nicer this weekend in St. Louis, so we'll probably go to the park. We need to go grocery shopping. That's exciting always. Yeah, my son is. Hey, there he is, Dave. Your ears are probably burning. I was just talking to you. Okay, here's a question for you, David. One song to describe your Parkinson's journey. We've talked about this before, and I said Tom Petty's "You Don't Know How It Feels." Is there one song that you would use if there was a soundtrack to your Parkinson's journey, like somebody filmed you going through the day? Yeah, it's good to see you, man. By the way, I think I'm going to stay on this time. Last time was brutal. I mean, I debated on whether to leave that up, that live stream up, but I thought it was a good case in point of how quickly you can go from motor mouth to marble mouth. One song to describe your Parkinson's journey. That's the way. By the way, see the X-Files behind me? Every season of the X-Files. Well, the original run. I don't know. The X-Files kind of got off track there for a while. Muse, Survival. I don't know that one. I have to look it up. Thanks for leaving the last video up. Well, wanted to thank you. I mean, I felt like it would be dishonest to not show what it's really like, because people sometimes will see me on my videos. Like I had my sister tell me that. She goes, well, you can barely tell on the video. I'm like, well, you don't spend the day with me. You spend the day with me, you'll see that there's some big peaks and valleys. And unfortunately, or fortunately for the sake of awareness, you were able to watch me go off. Not go off like rage, but just... yeah, so any big plans for the weekend, anybody? I would love to see more concerts, but I'm telling you, the last concert I went and saw was The Who, and it was a bear, man. I mean, it's almost hard for me to even enjoy it because it was so stressful and staggering up and down the walkways at the Enterprise Center downtown, the hockey stadium. The tickets were comped, and it was very nice, but man without hat, safety dance. I have to look that up too. I'm assuming these are British groups. By the way, Sangster, does anybody you know have their Oasis tickets? I'm jealous. I've seen them 3 times before, but I would really like to see them this time. But I don't think I can afford the tickets, and B, I don't think I could get in and out without falling out or making a scene. By the way, the odd thing was when I went to the Who concert, Roger Daughtry was wearing blue glasses like this, and so one of the ladies that was watching me stagger down the stairs to my wheelchair was like, "Oh, you got the same glasses." Like, thank you for noticing something besides my Parkinson's. It was a sweet little moment. You know, I've been told I have the gift of gab, and I really love talking, but what's even more fun is interacting with you guys. Because let's face it, we'll probably never meet. I don't hardly ever leave the house except to go for walks or something briefly. I don't very rarely go for extended periods out of the house. Maybe 3 hours as long as I'm ever gone. Which I've always been a homebody. It sucks because I've got all these instruments and stuff in the other room, and I would love to be playing music and writing music, and I still... I'd be lying if I say I had done it recently, but I still do dabble. I remember when I was younger, you know how you go through friends, friends get older, move away, stuff. Oh, cool. Yeah, Sangster, I was telling everybody what an inspiration you were, that you and Heather Kennedy were kind of my Mary and Jesus as far as starting this channel. I remember the first video that you ever really did, Dave, and I don't even know if it's still up, was the one that you were talking about your doctors told you were addicted to Cinemet, which was really a really weird thing to say. And you were like, I'm not addicted to Cinemet. I'm addicted. I want to be functional. So I take these pills. People, I'll take it where you don't remember. Yeah, it was like, it was really moving video. Remember, you were sitting in your house and you could see like the out your sunroom in the back, and you were being very brutally honest. And I thought, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could be that honest. But here I am. Oh yeah, you remember it? That dude, that was. I think I commented on that. I think you might have responded back. But yeah, I remember that was a video. I'm like, I got to get a hold of this dude because I was really moved by it. And yeah, so you and Heather Kennedy. By the way, does anybody else have any inspirations? Maybe not for a YouTube channel, but somebody don't say me, please, but somebody that helps keep you going, gives you inspiration. Jennifer Sullivan of the Wiggles Project really keeps me going. She's lit a fire under my ass numerous times, so that would be my go-to. Like I said, Michelle from Slow Dancing with Parkinson's on YouTube. She's new. She's more newly diagnosed, but she's always like keep positive. She sends me videos of her Lego collection and stuff like that. She got some pretty cool Legos. Yep, I'm addicted to moving freely. Yeah, that's what you said. Like I'm not addicted to cinnamon. I'm addicted to moving freely. Um, so Sangster, let me ask you this since you're on here, and if you don't mind answering me on like how bad is your dyskinesia now compared to when before DBS? Can you give me like some stats on that? I know it's kind of a personal question, but I'm curious because I saw you before and I've seen you since, and you do definitely seem to be a lot less dyskinetic. And I'm thinking the words in my brain. It's so easy to, that's not the word I was thinking of. That's it, but it's so easy to look at somebody and say you're fine, and then 5-10 minutes later they're not. It's the most bizarre thing. Like my wife has a pet peeve when we're watching movies. A fish out of water with every dose, and post. Yeah, post. How are you now? How's your dyskinesia compared? Talking to David Sangster, by the way, folks. Follow him on YouTube. Just type in David Sangster, rhymes with gangster. But one of the things I constantly do, we're watching movies, and I'll tell my wife, I was like, how much is left? And she'll be like, why do you do that? I'm like, because I've got to know when my Cinement's getting ready to wear off, because we live in a 2-story house, and I've got to know when I can get upstairs. Yeah, Graham, yeah, you'll love David's channel. He's a great guy, very inspirational. In fact, I did a video with him about a year ago, maybe not less than that. You can search my channel for David Sangster. We talk about like just talk about life. I think he makes some joke about we're in a lifeboat with the Beatles, and he makes some joke about throwing Ringo overboard the first. He does this funny thing. He takes a drumstick and throws it behind him in his shed. He goes, Ringo's overboard first. I'll never forget that, dude. It's hilarious. But yeah, much better. But peak dose interacts with the stimulation, and I have to. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, because you've got two things going. You've got your DBS vibrating your brain, and then you got your Cinemet in there. So it's probably can be kind of tricky to find the right level. You got it. So Dave, we gonna do another video? By the way, I'm talking with Dave because he's talking to me. Anybody who wants to, feel free to jump in here. No pressure. Yes. Do weekends work better for you, or do weekdays? You're getting to watch the behind the scenes here, folks. Weekends are probably a little bit easier for you because I know your wife works. By the way, to all my Canadian listeners, I don't ever do politics on this show, but please, I don't want to take over Canada. I know I've got a lot of Canadian listeners. Not my idea. Tomorrow, 6 p.m., which would be 1. Yeah, we could do that. Let me get back to you. I'll message you. It'll be one time my time. But yeah, I mean, I'm not one of the ones that wants to take over Canada. Um, I like my Canadian listeners. I love them, and some of my yeah, he's talking to you, G Funk. Some of my best, most loyal, longest listeners are from Canada. Don't ask me to explain what's going on in the U.S. right now because I don't know. I don't think anybody knows. Let's just say it's a weird time to be an American. It's so weird. So weird. That's all I'm going to say. No more politics. I'm just saying, not my idea. I don't want to take over anywhere. I want to stay in my basement and watch movies. I don't want to do crap. So I'm probably gonna let it run for another 4 minutes here to get an even 40 minutes, 36 minutes. Anybody got any last questions before I shut it off? Because I'm tired after my walk this morning, and my wife probably needs me to go up and look after the boy and our little puppy. I got to tell you, our puppy is so amazing. She's such a sweetheart. Bubbles. She's such a good girl. The one thing she does is she picks on our older beagle, which is not cool. The beagle is going to be 13. Bubbles is 1. And Bubbles is high energy, and the beagle is not. Yep. I'll be in touch, Dave. Gangster Sangster. Yep. Thanks, Graham. G-Funk. Peace and love. I'll be on for a few more minutes. Anybody got any questions? Any more things you just can't... it's burning a hole in your pocket that you just can't wait to ask me. Favorite movie? What's some of your favorite movies? Let me just ask. Howdy, Parkinson's. Oh, there's Jen. Hey, Jen. I was just talking about you. Favorite Oasis song? Gotta be Live Forever, man. Maybe. I don't really want to know how your garden grows, 'cause I just want to fly. Gotta be Live Forever. You? Yeah, Jen's here. Jen, I was just talking about you. Classic. I just love Liam's delivery on that song. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. And that's kind of what I feel like when I hear that song. I also think of like how my musical heroes live forever. You know? Yeah, Jen's my BFF with Parkinson's. Anytime I got a question or a comment or a bitch, she's there. Sometimes she will set me straight. I mean, I tell her it's like it must suck being right all the time. I literally have never had her give me a bad piece of advice. So there you go, Jen. Pat yourself on the back. Favorite Beatles song? Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to. It's got to be Strawberry Fields or Don't Let Me Down. I don't know. It's just that's a hard choice, but Strawberry Fields was the song that really made me go, what is going on here? And then of course I just love the angsty Lennon, Paul. When I'm 64, when I get older, losing my hair. Not many years from now. Many years ago, will you still be sending me a Valentine? Birthday greetings, bottle of wine. I'm doing karaoke now, folks. Yeah, I'm people are gonna start heading for the exits. Yeah, Strawberry Fields. I mean, it can't get any better than Strawberry Fields. But also Norwegian Wood. It wasn't a single, but that gave birth to my interest in sitar, which led me to Within You Without You. Favorite Bee Gees. Oh, it's got to be You Stepped in My Life. I can't sing it because I sampled it for a dirty rap song I did, and I can only hear my stupid, obscene rap. I've never learned it. He's giving me shit now. I never learned it. You stepped into my life. I'm so happy. That's all I got. I'll have to send you the obscene rap that I did because, dude, it's yeah. Let's just say it was called I blanked your mom in the blank. Yeah, it's raunchy and do my friend Adam. I'm very proud of it, but like every time I sampled that Bee Gees song, you stepped in my. No, I rap, dude. I didn't. Jive Talk, that's a good one. Boogie Shoes, Boogie Child, so many good ones. Children of the World. You know, I tried to do a sequel to the Bee Gees song. Um, how about I do ha 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 ha, staying alive, ha 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 ha, staying alive. Yeah, that's all I got, Zanks. That's all I got. Okay, yeah, I'm losing people now. They're like, what is this jackass doing singing all these? Yep, that was for you, Dave. All right, I'm going to log off now because I got to go upstairs and see what's going on with the fam. Peace and love to everybody who stopped by. Love you all. I love you all.